The question is different kinds of welding techniques for pipe. Up through about 12-inch pipe, they will put a bell end as long as it is not too thick-walled. The minute it gets to really thick wall, like 1/4 inch or thicker, it'll all be butt welded. The thinner diameter steel, they will have a bell on the end, and you'll actually insert one pipe into the other and weld it up, that technique. And that is a little more efficient for the welder, and can speed the process up. Plus they can make gradual turns pretty rapidly with that pipe. Get into bigger pipe and thicker wall, they just have to butt them up, and then they have to cut and fit if they have to make a turn. And also, because of the thickness, there's no way they can bell it efficiently, so they end up doing it with a butt weld. Now, different story with the, you can actually get gasketed steel pipe, and there you're going to have a bell and a recess. It's going to look a lot like the aluminum fittings we have. Now the aluminum, they all fit up with, and I don't have a mainline coupler. We'll look at handline here in a minute, and we'll see how they press in and how they fit up. And steel can have the same coupler effect. Now PVC can be glued together, or it can have a gasket fit as well. And so you slip them together with a gasket. We're going to talk about installation. That's another day. Jason.
PVC can also be welded together now. We got hot plates that stick between.
Yeah. Jason brings up a point. There is a technique for welding PVC. It's not common practice in this part of the world right now, but it is certainly available to do. We're going to talk about installation of these things in a week or so, and that will add to the knowledge bank on this. Any other questions just on basic pipe? One I didn't bring up is asbestos cement, simply because of the carcinogenic effect of the asbestos. To put that pipe together, you have to use a grinder and miter the fittings. And when you grind asbestos, you put asbestos fibers in the air, and you breathe those fibers, and it's the breathing in of asbestos fibers that get in your lungs. There's little hooks on asbestos, and it gets hooked in your lungs, and it's carcinogenic and causes lung cancer. So the use of that pipe has effectively been eliminated in the industry. Now, don't be afraid to drink water that come down a asbestos cement pipe. Liquid, it's not going to be in the air. You know, if there's any flecking off of the asbestos, it'll go down in through your stomach, not into your lungs. It's not going to hurt you. It'll just pass through you. It's only when you breathe the loose dust particles of asbestos that it becomes carcinogenic. So if you're asked to ever work on that kind of pipe, and there's miles and miles of it, especially in city waterworks. It was a very popular pipe for city waterworks. Also, you'll find a lot of it out in some older irrigation systems that are 20 years old and older, because it has tremendous life. It has 100-year life or more. But if you're asked to tie into one of those old lines with like a PVC line, you have to make sure you have full protection, respiratory protection, if you're going to do that kind of work. So just be aware of the fact that that potential problem does exist. Don't allow yourself to be exposed to a asbestos hazard. It's awful easy for a crew chief to say, "Oh, go cut that pipe and put a T in it. We'll just cut a piece out and go ahead and put a compression T in it." And it happens to be asbestos cement pipe, and you're out there with a saw cutting it, blowing asbestos dust all over, and you're breathing it, and you're contaminating your lungs with some very dangerous compounds. Give you an idea of a bigger piece of PVC. Now, PVC can go up to, size-wise, we can get up to 24 inches, not uncommon. They make it bigger. But in agriculture, 24-inch, maybe 30-inch is about as big as we're going to see. And I didn't get size in here, so it is medium-sized. up to 30-inch, say. Now, it's true it can be made bigger. That's not limiting. But here, give you an idea, here's some 8-inch. And get an idea, this is 160 weight, and you can see how much thicker the wall is for this 160 than this 1.5" rated at 160. See what has to happen as you get bigger and bigger diameter, the wall thickness has to increase to get the same pressure rating. So two pressure ratings identical, look at the wall thickness difference. Give you a real good idea. And that would be the same effect with any of these. That's how you get greater strength, is by thicker wall. All righty.